Hello, this is Mitch King with the September 22nd Daily Stock Picks newsletter. This is the VIX, the Volatility Index. We've talked about this the last several weeks. And here's the, you can call it a fear index. This was Thursday's extremely high. I don't think I've seen that high one. Let's look back in history. Oh, back in 2002 there was, when they were talking about going into an Iraq war situation. But we haven't had that one that high of a volatility index reading for those 6 years. But let's take a look at this. The ideal situation is this, the way I see it, is that it runs up another $2-3, and I'd be looking for a reversal in stocks, meaning buying occurring with many stocks, and that may hold a trend for some weeks to come, and that would be the ideal situation. If it doesn't happen, I still think it's a good opportunity to buy tomorrow. Plant yourself into some stocks that hopefully you've made a shopping list of ones that you like that have been oversold. Most stocks have been oversold. So if you look at the last several peaks that we had this year, January and mid-March and mid-July, you can see that this has continued to go down on the volatility index. And if we compare that, which I think we did in a couple days ago, compare that peaks with the indexes, which I'll show the S&P 500 in just a minute again. And this is the same chart I showed you the other day. So the S&P went down quite substantially today, as the Dow went down 372. The S&P 500 went down just about 48 points, and that accounts for that drop in this S&P, which is right at the tip of my pointer there, and the orange line there, that big drop there, accounts for that 48-point drop in the S&P 500. And the VIX goes up. So I like to see a little more follow through with the selling. Look for a good buying opportunity and a handful of good stocks that hopefully you've made a basket of your favorite stocks to buy. Look at those daily charts, and then look at the 3 and 5 and 15-minute charts, intraday charts on your trading platform. I can show you E-Trade in just a moment here. Here's a 15-minute chart on Apple Computer using E-Trade's trading platform. What I'd be looking for here is the reversal of this moving average, the green line starting to go flat and turn upward. And I look for these stochastics down here to start moving upward. And then you can also look at the MACD, which is another indicator I use to start turning upward. And that would be my signal to start buying. I'd like to see that happen tomorrow. Be ideal if this goes down to 127 to 128, and it very well could. It looks like the Asian markets tonight are peaking out and heading down after going up, so we may follow a similar type of pattern tomorrow. But either way, I'm looking to buy stocks the next day or two, and the indicators that I look at that this could last for some period of weeks, an uptrend. We're going to see a lot of volatility. In the meantime, while we're here at the bottom, let's take a look at that Apple chart again. Open that up. I'll get rid of this comparison symbol. Here's Apple. Be nice to see in the mid to low 120s before committing to that and looking for a reversal. Here's that DOG trade that I talked about last night. There's no more money in that one, so I wouldn't mess with that anymore. Here's that General Electric trade that I thought was a short. It did have about as far as General Electric goes, it did have about $1.20 potential in it today. Not a lot of volatility compared to what we're used to. That might drop a little bit tomorrow morning, but there's not much more money in that one. Here's Morgan Stanley. Looks like a couple more down days on this. Had a lot of pressure after it peaked today at 31.65, and then it reversed and dropped $5 there. Goldman Sachs did the same thing. It ended down $9 today, but really had about a $15 peak from the price at the top of here down. Looks like there's some selling pressure there, and those financial sectors may ignore the market in general or not respond to a rebound upward since there's so much uncertainty to it. Let's take a look at another stock, GOLD. This is a Rheingold Resources. We've had a big move up in the gold, so if this goes up to $50 or more tomorrow, I'll be interested in looking at that as a short sale. Let's take a look at oil. Oil ended up $16 to close close to 121. That was a huge jump. It actually went to 130. This chart is not updated for oil yet, so I guess my prediction on oil went a lot faster than I thought. Here's that Chinese dairy stock that really got crushed from $50 to $11 in just a matter of days. So right down here was $11.72, and I posted this on the 17th last week. It's had a real big run from $11.72 to a high of $21.69 today. Looks like that has a little more upside to it, and we'll just watch how that acts.